Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 98 of Photo Critiques. And in Photo Critiques, people send me in some of their best images, and I critique each shot with suggestions on how they can improve it. And today, I'm pleased to critique the work of 14-year-old Ido Scharf. Ido is from Israel, but he recently came back from a vacation in Sweden, and he's showing me some of his shots from Sweden. And for 14 years old, Ido is an excellent photographer. As a matter of fact, he's an excellent photographer if he was 40 years old. Very nicely done images. And this first one is a typical street view shot at night. I say typical, it's unique, but it's a very nice shot. The only thing I could suggest here, you did everything fine. I think I like the composition. You have the Y in the road, and you have the people kind of blurred through it, moving through their busy evening, getting their work done, whatever they got to do. The shot is nicely exposed. Did a very nice job there. As I look at the scene, though, there's really a really cool Santa Claus in the window here. And we have kind of stuff over here that's bleeding into the scene that I'd like to see you eliminate. So if, again, this is just a, frozen fraction of time right here. So there's no way Ido could do anything to get this exact shot back. But it's an interesting, compelling scene that maybe you could work if you could go on the other side of the street and get this snowman, what am I saying, snowman, Santa Claus, more prominent in the shot, not dominating, but just a little more prominent in the shot, and still keep the Y in the road and the cobblestone street. I think it would be a really compelling shot also. So work the scene. I'd like to see you get some more of these elements stand out a little more. This, Aurora Borealis. It's just really a cool thing to see. Ido did a great job with exposure here. 25-second exposure at f5.3 ISO 1600. So you can see nothing's really blown out. A lot of times what I found the most compelling images of the Aurora Borealis is when you have something really cool in the foreground, like a snowy little cabin in the foreground. So if you could move around and work this scene and get something. I mean, you have this bright light here, which is kind of interesting because you don't know what it is, in the tree line. But if you could have somehow worked a way around and got something a little more compelling in the image, it would have pushed this over the top. As it is, though, it's a really great shot of the Aurora Borealis. She did a nice job with the stars, getting them exposed correctly. Very nice job. This is a nice winter scene, just the church, the snow. Got this glow of the sun behind here. Very nicely done. Very nice exposure. I don't know if there's another picture in this scene that would be any better, but if there was, work the scene. See what else you could get. Got some interesting elements to photograph here. You'd have to hurry because this glow wouldn't last that long. So it's something where you have to be sure of your equipment, know your equipment, how it works, so you could go work very quickly and efficiently. This is a very nice shot too. In this one, the sky though is drab, so you don't have much of a compelling sky. So what you would want to do is try to minimize this sky. So if you could have pointed your camera down a little more and had a foreground element in it. Now, as it is now, you do have kind of foreground elements. You got these like guardrails here, and you have people. But if you could have worked this scene a little differently and had your camera down a little more, so you're minimizing this part up here and try to maximize something else more interesting. So maybe there's something in the foreground you could have added to the scene to add a add something of interest to the shot. But as it is, you did a really nice job. You have it very symmetrical, shooting right through the archways. Very well done. And this is another street shot. This is a very nice shot. This one, again, we do have this area up here, but we wouldn't notice that as much if you had something really in here, somewhere in here that was super interesting. There's no people in the shot at all that I could see. There might be a person right there, there might be a statue, I don't know, there might be a tree. But anyways, if you had something in this shot down in here, then we wouldn't be noticing up in here. So again, don't be afraid to have people in your shot. A lot of people who take photographs, I noticed, especially landscape photographers, they're afraid to have people in there. Not that they're afraid, that's a bad word. they just think that a landscape shot shouldn't have a person in it, or a cityscape shot like this shouldn't have any people in it. Well, yeah, you want to take a shot like that, fine, but feel compelled to do a shot with people in it. I think it adds to the shot, and the more unusual the person, the better. Or it doesn't have to be a person, it could be a cat, it could be a dog, and I always mention, the three-legged dog. Something unusual always pushes a picture over the top. But if you had something in this foreground here, that would really make this probably the best shot of the bunch if you did, in my opinion. So very well done. I think that's the last shot. Oh no, we got two more. I apologize. Okay, this one now. I like your idea. You got this kind of off-centered. You have the leading lines going around the building. Now I realize you're on vacation in Sweden. You just can't revisit these scenes. But the sky is just drab and gray. So you did the best you could with what was presented to you, in my opinion. You did a really nice job on this shot. It's too bad that you didn't have a more interesting sky that day. If you ever want to mess around with Photoshop, you could always drop different skies in here to make it more compelling of a shot. A lot of people get criticized for that. I say, I think photography is art, and you should try to make things beautiful. And if you feel compelled to put a different sky in there, by all means do. In this shot, though, you did a nice job with exposure. Very well done. 1/60th of a second f/4. ISO was 640. Obviously, it's very dark, drab kind of day. I like that you did it in black and white too. It kind of adds to the bareness, the coldness of it all. Again, though, there's no people in the shot. We do have a car way out here, but I think would have helped distract the viewer from this big, large gray area is if you had somebody in the shot. If you were there with your family, ask one of your family members to walk across the street, or something like that, or have somebody standing here staring up at this this monument, something like that. I know, use your imagination, get an idea. If there's dogs nearby, put a piece of food out here so the dog goes out here. Hopefully there's no cars, you don't get the dog killed. But just you got to really use your imagination. But I think if you had something action going on here, down in here somewhere, it would help distract everyone else from looking up here. Like here, you have people in this shot. Now, just imagine this shot if you didn't have this person walking through the scene and the guard standing here on sentry duty. It wouldn't be as compelling of a shot. It still is it would be a good shot because the statue is really cool. The doors are really interesting. But it adds to the image by having the people in the shot, especially when you're doing travel shots. Travel shots are where you really want the people in the shot more so because you're getting the flavor of the city, the way the people are, the way they rush about their daily activities. And you did a really nice job with this exposure. I like it. It's a little bit dark in the shadows. You could pull up shadows just a little bit. It would help add some detail to that door over here. So you're adding more detail to the door. But it's a very, very cool shot. There's the before, and there's the after. See, I just brought it up a little bit to add a little detail to that door. I'd like, too, that you have this person at the beginning of the frame, so they're walking into the larger part of the frame, and they're not over here. They're wearing dark clothes. They would blend into the door. So you did a really nice job where we could see them, bringing them through, and this sentry looking at them, just as they're walking past. So it's a really, really nice shot. So I'd like to thank Ido for sending me in his vacation shots of Sweden. Some really, really nice shots. And you're only 14 years old. I hope you stay with photography. You obviously have an eye and you have a future in photography if you so choose. And thank you again. I'd like to thank everyone who watches all my videos. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys have time, go over to my website, anthonymorganti.com, and check out all the videos and articles I have over there. And if you can, go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate that. That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon.